How's it going, everyone? Maximilian here, bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay, this time on Underground. Underground is one of those maps that is extremely hit or miss for myself. I'm either going to have a good game or an absolutely wretched one. And since I'm using the KSG once again in this game, it's about playing the map a specific way and really rushing in and trying to be close quarters as much as possible. Here we go, flanking around one side of the map to come across everyone chilling at B and get a quick 3 kills and a few confirms, and that's how you use the shotgun. A lot of the times if you come into situations where you're going to be running into a spawn or an area where a bunch of you know where the opponent is, if you run into more than 2 guys at once when you have the KSG, it's bad luck. It's very bad luck, and unless you get them both with a single blast, which is pretty uncommon as well, you're dead. As quick as a guy can fire, you cannot pump action reload the KSG with enough time. Which is why situations like this, where you have something like the MP9 as a secondary, really helps. Especially with extended mags, it's really good. So you kind of become an all-range soldier. It's in a way you have overkill without sacrificing your second perk slot. Ooh, flashbang came flying by, and this dude's shield commando barely misses me. In a few of these gameplays, I'm running the Predator Missile Reaper into Pavlo, just because I like the Pavlo with shotguns. I like not having to man a kill streak all the time. But sticking around the middle part of the map, I think, is really good for the KSG. If you see here, we're patrolling around and no one is crossing the bridge to A. A is on the street above, and you can see there's a bunch of gunfire, and dudes will eventually do stuff like that. Hunk down and jump into where they think the enemies are. And then this spot, oh man, miss a shot, not so good, but get the second guy and another guy. Tags absolutely everywhere. It's moments like that where the opponent cannot see like which way the enemy's gonna be. They cross this path, like right outside this little corner right here. Wow, that was a crazy long shot. Ooh, missing a few of them, but luckily win. If they come through that area, they can't see left and they can't see right. Look at this dude trying to pin me in here. Anyway, and it's the same thing for the path to A. It's good because it gives you the chance with the shotgun to blow them away, because they essentially have to make a choice. Do I want to look left or do I want to look right when I turn this corner? And that's never a good look for anybody. You don't realize this when you take that risk going in there, is that there could be people to your left or right or both, and it's an easy, quick death or kill if you're taking advantage of situations like that. Once again, the Reaper on this map can either be total crap or completely amazing. I think one of the best Reapers I ever had got me nearly 20 kills. And there's some stuff with the Reaper and the, what's it called? The Osprey Gunner that is very interesting as far as having a perk like Hardline Pro. I'm not running it in this situation, but having assists count towards your next kill streak when you have something like the Osprey Gunner. There's a trick to it, and I'm going to make another video about it later. There's a crazy way for you to get an Osprey Gunner into another Osprey Gunner really fast. If you have teams that are shooting your opponents, which almost always happens. God, Final Stand is such a bitch when it comes to the KSG. Waiting on the pump action reload is very difficult, and I've actually gone through a lot of other testing to see if there's any way to negate that, to see if there's anything I can do to make the pump action go faster, like Sleight of Hand Pro or Quick Draw Pro. There's nothing. You just have to deal with it, and if you plan on using something like the KSG, it can be extremely satisfying. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, there's little things about shooting games that make me really enjoy them, and it's the sound effect of the KSG and the effect of them flying back from the shell of the shot of the gun. Ooh, flip around. Will I get this guy? No, he's already shooting. Things like that make me really enjoy certain weapons, and I think even the sound effect of the KSG makes me like the gun more than I probably should. So that's why I like using it. It's not an easy weapon to use. I'd definitely recommend the Striker or the USAS if you want to try to use shotguns, but shotguns in general will lose out close range to things like Type 95s, PP90s, or almost any other SMG. You have to be very accurate with this gun if you want to use it, and it's kind of it's kind of a challenge. That's what I like. That's what I like about it. I like now that I'm 10th prestige, I can start messing around and challenging myself with certain weapons, and it's fun. If you stick to certain sides of the map, like I'm doing so far on this one, you'll notice where I'm kind of hanging out. I'm sticking to cornered areas, and I'm not going into the back of C where there's a lot of like giant open spaces, because generally that's where most of my deaths come from. If I can, I'll try to pull up some heat maps of these battles, so you can see where the majority of the kills happen with the shotgun, because I think that's actually pretty important for later gameplays when I do this, is to understand where you get most of your kills from when you have something like the KSG, and stick to that area. There's no reason you should play other parts of the map if you're doing well in that part. It's kind of like playing a fighting game, and if you're using Dalsum, you're not going to go rushing down with the dude, because it's going to get you killed most of the time. It's kind of the same thing. But I'm trying to use other shotguns. I'm thinking that maybe the 1887 might be a good other shotgun to use. If you guys have any experience with the 1887 compared to the KSG, please leave a comment below. But once again, I do appreciate any of the feedback. This has been Maximilian, signing out.